Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Of course, we're kicking off 2014, folks. Let's make it a great one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. To practice love, to master love, you have to practice love. The art of relationship is a whole mastery, and the only way to reach mastery is with practice. To master a relationship is therefore about action. It is not about attaining knowledge. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 44, NASDAQ off 18, S&P's off 5, gold contract down $1.70, trading at $1,236 an ounce. Silver off 6 cents at $20.15 an ounce. Platinum up $3.90 at $1,416 an ounce. Copper flat at $3.35 a pound. Light sweet crude off 25 cents, trading at $93.71 a barrel. We had the 10-year bond up 9 ticks at 123.15. The 30-year up 14 ticks at 128.31. Both the bond, the 10 and the 30, folks, are building cause for higher price. King dollar down $1.60 at 80.79. The yen down 64 rather at 104, and the euro up 46, trading at 136.35. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, you have a sideways market, folks, in the S&Ps, but what happened here is pretty amazing. So, you know, when we take a look from the beginning of today to the end of today, you had an acceleration on the way down. The cash S&P got down to 1823. As it got up to that, then it got up to a high out here is 1837. And guess what? Couldn't hold it. And as it couldn't hold it, folks, we had an expansion of volume in a big way on the way downtown. So we closed out at 1826. And what that has basically done, folks, is this, is that you're building cause here to bust inside the lower range, which is at 1813 level. We go over and we take a look at the Dow Industrials. What you have at the Dow Industrials is this. Dow Industrials, 44 bucks. You closed out, down 44, that is. You closed out the day at 16,425. And what 16,425 does is put you right at the bottom of the range. I suspect what you're going to see with the Dow Industrials, she's going to start making her way down into this 16,174 area. Now, NASDAQ Composite and the NDX 100, both are the weakest indices out there. And the way that the NASDAQ and the NDX traded out here today is saying that this downdraft is going to continue. Intraday, this is about as deviant as you could get. Intraday, folks, what you had is that the composite itself was making its way back, so wasn't the NDX 100. At that particular point, and that point we're talking about was about 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, 2 to 2:30. At that particular point, trying to make its way back, it was a weak, it was a counter-trend bounce. If I put up the 3 Qs and we take a look at the 3 Qs, you'll see what I'm talking about. When you take a look at the 3 Qs, what you had is this. We went down to a price point of 86. That 86 was established at 11:10 this morning. Makes itself all the way back up to this 86.60 area. But when we got up there, it was coming into monster volume from the first gap down on Friday as well as this morning. The first gap down or the last gap down on Friday was 2.8 million shares. The first get-go in this morning was 1.7 million shares. We were up there for approximately 50 minutes. And in all of those cases, it never did a million shares. It was 800,000 shares per 10 minute and then went to 366. Then what you had, of course, is that you had the expansion on the way down. We expanded up to 700,000, and then down at the close was 2.4 million on the way down again. What that indicates, if we go back to the composite, is this. The composite right now is at 41.13. Inside the range is 4081. You know, so we're talking another 30 bucks. We'll see how we get down there. It's going to be hard to break down into that lower zone the first time down. The reason being is that we did have a huge amount of volume on December 18th on the way up. But today, you talk about volume unloading, folks. It was unloading in a huge way. We did 2.2 billion on the way down. So it's a big number. There's no two ways about that. And the expansion was very quick. If we go to the 3Qs, we take a look at the 3Qs. This is what you have. 3Qs out here today did 30 million shares. The 3Qs right now are 86.32. And the NDX 100 has got back inside the lower range. That's the number. So that is saying, number one, that guess what? It's going to be 86.22 is a big benchmark because that was the high of the 18th. It looks to me, though, that it's going to wake up in the morning, going to get inside that area, and we'll see what kind of action we have. When you do go inside the NDX 100, what was taking it south out here today, you had Celgene. That was down $7. That's trading at 162. You had Whole Foods. That was down $1.99. Staples was next, and then you had eBay. Those are the four players that were taking it downtown. What we did have, once again, which you can see how weak the NDX actually is that the strongest leader inside the index was SIRI, which is up 8%. But you're still talking cheap money. You're talking $3.84. So that's not going to do anything for the NDX 100. Gold contract. We go over to gold. We take a look at gold. This is what we have happening with gold. Well, first off, if you look at my chart, it says a low of 12.12. That wasn't the low, folks. That was a bad. That was just a spike. They'll have that fixed out here tonight. That was a spike that came down that never traded there. At let's see, what time was that supposedly? Yeah, at 10 o'clock, it looks like it jabbed down there. But the bottom line is it didn't. So what you have is this: is that gold contract out here. 143,000 contracts. That little baby's building cause for higher price. What we have done is that we've broken the downtrend, not the full downtrend yet, but I can make the case that we've broken the downtrend from the 1362 area. We're over the 1231.60 area. That's saying the next expansion up is going to have some juice behind it. Now, bonds. These are the numbers, baby. TYH4. We go to the bond market first. We take a look at the 10-year. What the 10-year did is this. We did 637,000 contracts. We are at 123.15, and the next move on this looks like it's going to try to break into the 124.08 area. We'll see how we break into that area where the yield is at 2.959. And one of the tigers are telling me that he thinks that the CME is saying they're going to keep those trades in the gold contract. Well, if they keep those trades in the gold contract, folks, it's going to be pretty amazing because, hey, if that's what he said, to me that looks like a bogus deal. But bottom line is that we'll find out. The reason I'm saying it's a bogus deal is that you went from 1247 to 1212. If they do keep those deals, it's going to be a CME member, evidently, that is smoking everyone else because that's, anyway, we'll find out. We go over to silver market, SIH4, and what we have with silver market right now is this. Okay, so silver traded out at 20.14. She did 37,000 contracts. Oh, this is set up nice. Okay, so check this out with silver. This is going to be interesting. As soon as silver, folks, breaks over 20.48, and we're at 20.14 right now, you're going to see a nice expansion very quickly up to this 22.75 area. The way that both of them look to me is that you're building some decent cause to get up to much higher prices. We go over to the 30-year bond. We take a look at the 30-year bond. This is what we have with the 30-year bond right now. She did 179,000 contracts. And this got some action, man. We got some action here. She's going to try to get up into this area of 130.01. Now, to break over that area for the 30-year, it's going to take some cause. It's going to take quite a bit of action to get up and over that area. The dollar index, we go over to the dollar. We take a look at the dollar. We have with the dollar right now. She's trading out at 80.78. And she's pushing swing points with volume also. So she wants to go break topside. She's going to go after this 8170 area. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We're down 44. NASDAQ off 18. S&P's off 5. We're going to be right back.